Hello and thanks for tuning in to tonight's matchup. We have Arrival7 facing off against Team Supremacy on Border. Now this is a rather fleshed out map, as most teams are aware of what they're getting themselves into when it comes to sites and strategies. But we will see what the ban phase has in order for us, as that might change things up a bit. Team Supremacy with the first attacking ban. Alright, and not much of a surprise, as this is pretty commonplace to find Thatcher off the board here. Especially in the current meta, there's a lot of defensive utility to work around, so getting rid of the Thatcher is only going to slow down the offense and prepping their site execute. Alright, we will see Nomad getting taken. Now this isn't entirely uncommon, but it's just not a very surprising ban, just due to the power she has at denying runouts, possibly rotations, other such things. Mira will be the first defensive ban. Once again, not a surprise. I would say I see her ban most of the time, as a matter of fact. She really does see very little play these days. And we actually see an intel op getting taken off the board here. Often you'll see Maestro, Echo, something along those lines, so they will be leaning more on those ops as they head on into this matchup. And or bulletproof cams as well. Alright, so they head into Armory Archives, which is not a surprise. This is one of the strongest sites on the map. We do see the Bandit and the Echo coming into play here. We actually see the Jaeger and the Wamai as well. So, as I said, clearing out any utility to actually get that wall opened up is going to be a major hassle with the Thatcher getting taken off the board. We do see Echo switch off to the Maestro there. We do have Capital. Now, the Wamai is able to counter those bolts, I do believe. Interesting to see if those placements line up accordingly for the defense.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
Right. Now, they are going to blow out some of that wall. That does. Pardon me, just a moment, folks. Just though I'm dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties, so just a moment.
To insertion. 5 seconds to insertion.
Alright. So we do see a couple ADSs getting placed down there within border. Looks as though Wamai just did toss a disc on that door, so they will be looking to deny any bolts coming through, possibly. We see the attackers quickly start to open up CCTV. It is necessary to take control over CC, and they are going to grab control pretty much uncontested. It doesn't really look like the defense was too concerned at holding on to that, as they will be more prioritized in holding control over offices. As you do see Jaeger firing into a few deep angles, looking out that door, and CC. Maya is quick to follow. IQ is aware of the Jaeger playing inside offices. She's going to be keeping a close eye on this angle as they get prepped to open up the wall, I would imagine. But as I said, it's going to take a pretty tremendous amount of utility to do so, as the defenders are stacked with the shield, ADSs, and a Wamai disc there. We do see Tater grab an opening pick here. That's actually going to be Glenn going down, which is the Wamai. So hopefully he got a few of those discs set out. One of the discs was just used right there from the Zofia, I do believe. Alright, and there it is. The traps are going to get taken out from below successfully. And that's going to give the Thermite access. Now, I'm going to play a pretty aggressive angle here with the C4. It's not going to yield any picks just yet. We see things heating up. Blonde's actually going to take down two. That's the Buck. With a mighty successful round at this point, he was able to take out the bandit trap successfully. Now adding to that with 2 picks as Pepsi gets the planter down. Like Maestro was able to deny that temporarily, but not before being taken down by that buck, rather. That's a flawless round for the attackers as they really set that one up beautifully. Took control over CC, held control over CC. Taylor was able to find an opening pick onto the offices, I do believe. Blonde getting underneath with the buck to take care of those bandit traps and also burning through the Wamais and take care of the shield as well. Just great use of utility overall. Great positioning by the buck there to pick up those kills. It's a triple kill for that round. Definitely going to shape the way that one plays out for A7. Alright, so we head back to Armory Lockers. Defense is definitely going to need to make some adjustments if they'd like for this to be a little less one-sided, as we did see a flawless round there. But we are early into this matchup, so still a lot could change moving forward here for Supremacy.
Defenders protect.
They might even have a little bit of a read as to how the attackers are going to go about dealing with this at this point. But we do not see the Wamai coming out this time, though. I believe they have mute now. That's going to actually give them a little bit of a drone denial and hard denial if they, depending on how they set up those mute jammers. So a little less in the way of stopping these projectiles
10 seconds to
could cost them. With the use of Capital coming out from Arrival here, as well as Zofia. Buck feeling a bit naked without his grenades, but he does have 3 flashes on there. It does give him the ability to burn those ADSs.
Jammer ready to activate. Shield is up!
Alright, so the attackers are going to quickly take control over CC again, as they are aware that this will be uncontested. Really only angles that they have to worry about is from metal and or offices. They will start to apply some pressure on the armory door here. Buck's getting in underneath, working on those bandit traps. They don't have anybody to stop him at the moment. So it looks like he'll be able to do so successfully here. They might have some angles looking down into a ventilation, but I don't think they'd be able to catch Buck from that angle. You see Bandit getting pretty aggressive here through the door, looking to fend off these attackers for as long as possible. But just like that, we see the bandit traps get taken out. Thermite will be successful with the exothermic. Bandit tucks away within Sandwich. Live for just a little bit longer before he starts to take any of these gunfights. And as we speak of the Bandit, he's able to pick up one on the Blonde. That's a huge pick as the Buck played very well the last round. Sophia able to find one vertically here on the Glang as True tacks on another to Yellow. So that's the Bandit and the Mute down. With Echo still up on the board though, it's a very winnable round though. Things are looking a bit harder with Tater finding the kill onto the smoke. A little bit of plant now there, and that's going to be another down as Echo is now off the board. This should be an easy plant here for the attackers, but they don't have anybody covering.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
So Jaeger will be able to find one pick, and that's a second as they rotate behind half wall. Nearly able to find a third, but they are very tagged up at this point. We're actually sitting at about just under 75 health. IQ's going to have to be careful. She is now under 25. We do see True coming in underneath, looking for some area denials. He fires the bolt through the floor. Alright, Echo has been picked up. The Yokais are back in play. And this is a very winnable round for the defense. You know they have a player on metal. Jaeger rotates over towards half wall. Looking for the IQ. Aware of their position, it's going to do a bit more damage, and they are down now. Jaeger's looking for it. The finish onto Capital, not able to find it just yet, so the revive is going to go off for Tater here. We're still sitting at a 2v2. They keep trading down, but not out, as Jaeger's able to find another. It's going to be 3 on the round for Jaeger, I do believe. We're looking at 1v1 here. Echo needs to get off this drone, and he's going to be able to in time. Nice job from Cloutless there. He was nearly caught on the Yokai. Great game sense to hop right back off there. Narrowly getting killed by the Capital. Very close round for the defense there, but they are able to come out on top. So they'll be moving down to Workshop Ventilation. Alright, so no changes coming from the offense, as they have been playing pretty well with the utility usage, as I said. So I don't really see any need for that. We do see Pulse switch off onto the Maestro there. That means they're going to have an Echo and a Maestro on the board. There's going to be plenty of plant denial and intel on the side of the defense there.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
All is secure.
Alright, so with workshop ventilation, I do expect to see a pretty heavy second floor presence here from the defending team. They will wall off all of bathroom side, as a matter of fact. Sometimes you do see teams keep a bit of that wall open up just for any rotates possibly in the bathroom.
5 seconds left before.
Alright. You see a few reinforcements coming up top here, as it is commonplace to see that armory wall reinforced. You will often see a few defenders playing up top in order to keep the attackers from grabbing that vertical control right away. Alright, so we see them head right in through CC. They have been doing this at the beginning of just about every single round. You might as well when you were able to do so uncontested. That just allows them to set up a bit more comfortably each and every round. So they're going to be aware of the player within office as pre-fires do come out. Alright, now we are going to see Armory Wall get opened up. There are no defenders playing within there just yet. We do have Jaeger over at Archives. Seems as though they are aware of the Bucks position on AC, but they're going to have to be careful. The attackers have one stationed on Sandwich. And with that wall being opened up, they don't even see it coming. That's Sophia coming through Fountain, and that's going to be top floor control for the attackers. They're going to get to work vertically here. Like maybe a little bit of team fire. I'm not entirely sure. Sophia will take a little bit of damage, but nonetheless, vertical play is getting opened up. Blonde's able to find another. That's Glang, and that's going to be the Maestro off the board. That's a very, very impactful pick there. This continues to look more and more grim for the defenders. We're going to see Thermite push right in through ventilation. He's getting mighty aggressive here. Nice shot onto Namo, as that's going to be the smoke taken down. We're looking at an Echo and a Legion versus the world. We see Pepsi grab 2 kills off the Fragmite there, and he's actually going to be able to find a third on the yellow, and that's another flawless round for the attacking team. They're playing extremely well at this point. A little bit of a hiccup, the second run towards Armory, but they pick things back up with another flawless round, looking at 2-1. I do have to imagine we'll be going down to Ventilation Workshop once more. Seems as though Arrival7 is getting a lot of free entry. Now, with CC upstairs, it's not necessary that you hold that as the defending team, especially on that site. But the fact that they're able to take it so confidently and able to get the drones positioned so early on is impressive. And then also just the entry there from the Thermite. Apparently calls coming out that there was just nobody watching ventilation and nobody upstairs to stop the push, as they did have top floor control at that point. So just a pretty easy push in for Thermite, though. Impressive kills nonetheless.
Need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, but we do see the defense head back down. As I said, they will need to make the adjustments. They were able to do so with Armory, so I will not be surprised to see them take another round here. We do have a Mozzie on the board now. Not entirely sure that they brought Mozzie last round. It was the Echo and the Maestro, so Mozzie will be a helpful addition to this lineup, as he will deny a bit of that drone economy.
10 seconds to go.
Make any bit of intel just a little bit harder for the attacking team to grab.
Attackers objective.
Be more interesting to see how they handle the roam on the second floor here, as they were snuffed out pretty early on from the attacking team. Jaeger had 3 or 4 people allocated to their position and just weren't able to do all that much once the pinch finally came in. Man, we actually see them prepping for a take-in through tellers here. Hater's gonna push in with the Ying. Extremely strong op. We're probably going to see a bit more of her as she does have the ability to toss 2 smokes to burn ADSs, as well as toss 3 Candelas in. As I say that, we're going to see Sophia finding a pick on the Glang. That's Mozzie off the board, that those pests probably were positioned already. So his utility more than likely finds some use regardless. You see the Candelas coming out here. We're more than likely going to see an execute here. All right, Ying's going to go ahead and push on through. Does not see the person behind the workshop. Bench. Gonna find 1 kill, but not before getting taken out by the person they passed over. Pepsi's able to find 1. Cloutless as well. So, just like that, we are looking at a 2v2 as Tater is down in sight. More than likely not be able to get them picked up, but Jaeger is going to fall. So, if True and Blonde play this properly, they should be able to seal up this round for Arrival. I'm gonna hop on drones, just grab a little bit of intel on the final player here. As I said, if they play this properly for trades with a little bit of intel, there really isn't much room for them to lose here.
Attackers recover.
Maestro will backpedal deep into server. Free fires do come out. You will have to be careful as that was nearly his head. Nicely positioned firebolt there from the Capital just to deny this rotate a little longer. Apparently no evil eye in position to stop the plant there. Ooh, narrowly missing their target, as it can be incredibly hard to spot your enemy on the other side of that workbench. They will be able to find one, but not before getting traded out from the other. A nice crossfire setup there from the attacking team, and that will be another successful round. So nicely done there, grabbing the proper intel, getting the position on the Maestro, hitting the fireboat on the rotation, and just playing for the pick. Well done. Now that we have seen the full rotation, they will be heading back towards Armory Locker, or Armory Archives rather. They will be holding a pretty similar lineup, seems they do tend to switch out the intel ops regularly. We're actually going to see Warden, which is another op that we might expect to see a little bit more often, with the Ying picks becoming more viable. But there is no Ying coming on the side of attack this time around. So a nice thought encountering the attacking team here, but it's not going to do much use this round, at least in the terms of blocking those Candelas. Typically, you will only see those flashes get used for burning ADSs, as most players in Siege have grown used to the complete unreliability of those flash grenades and or stun grenades sometimes. We'll see them prep that angle on top of Archives, looking into offices there. Pretty common angle. Most people will be prepared to either pre-fire that or just be prepared for somebody to be holding it. So, Arrival7 has done pretty well at clearing out the utility in order to get this wall opened up. We'll see if they're able to follow that success. That will require a buck of relative ease getting inside here early on. It looks like he will have that. So there are no players in position to stop him. He's going to go ahead and open up the floor. Sophia is able to find a pick, and that's going to be the Jaeger falling. I believe they were playing Office, so this is very quickly looking good for the attacking team. But as I say that, we're going to see Capital fall. Now that's a big piece of utility off the board for them here. He will have more than likely not gotten any of those bolts off yet, as we're just now reaching the 2-minute mark. I'm gonna be aware of the player just on the other side of Armory Wall here. Prepare to cover the run out. Looks like they will be successful in opening Armory Wall. Once again, great job and use of utility from the attacking team in order to get those open. It can be a bit more challenging with Thatcher being off the board. All right, Glang is actually going to get a run out from Sandwich there, but he will get punished from the buck as he tries to make his way back inside through ventilation. Not today. You see them prepping for a armory push, and that is a beautiful angle coming from the rappel there as Thermite's able to find the pick onto the shield player. That puts them in a 3v2 position. And things are certainly looking good for the attacking team as we approach the minute mark. Warden and Maestro will look to clutch this up. Warden sending a few shots down towards CC or break room. No damage coming out as we're sitting at full health on all of these players. As I say, Blonde does take a little bit, but not before exchanging the kill for Nema. Last one's playing behind the shield here, and they're looking for a trade, and they won't even need it as Pepsi's able to find another pick. He's been playing extremely well on the Thermite, not only in terms of utility, but getting those much needed opening picks as well. Maybe not opening pick, but definitely got that player off of Armory wall playing behind the shield, which forced to rotate from the defense and open up a lot more avenues for the attacking team. All right, so we're going to need to see Team Supremacy string together a few wins here, as this is looking to be a pretty strong half coming from Arrival7. They're looking at a 4-1. So at best, we're going to see a 4-2. Team Supremacy is very much so looking to do that will swing the momentum in their favor just a tad before switching off sides here. Alright, so we will have Pulse on the board this round. They will have plenty of C4s to play with here. Second team will have to be plenty careful if they do establish that top floor control. The defense will have plenty of ways to counter.
Seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
So, Arrival7 looking to repeat their continued success as they move on towards a workshop ventilation push. The Blonde very quickly opening up the detention wall here. Drones going in as they're going to be aware of the Pulse's position here. Actually, both players here as he's being mighty aggressive. He will have to be careful as Jaeger is playing just on the other side of that door. He's able to find the down though. They more than likely have the call on the Pulse, so Jaeger's going to crawl away slowly, looking to get revived by a teammate. But the main door being in between them, looks like they will actually be able to get the revive off successfully here. Alright, that's Tater finding an opening pick. The IQ, that's going to be the Pulse taken off the board rather early on, and he can be a pretty impactful player vertically. So nice job there from the attacking team to take him off the board early. They continue to work their way in through that CC break room area. They are aware of the Jaeger position within Armory. I do believe that was Bandit who got down earlier. My apologies as I had misspoke. Ooh, unaware of the position in the hallway. Pre-fires do come out, but they're not able to tag any damage on that Mozzie. He's going to get away safely at the expense of half of Zophia's health. Definitely coming out on top of that engagement, but his team still is sitting at a 4v5, and with a lot of their players sitting at under half health, they're going to have a very tall task ahead of them. But Bandit's able to find a pick. As we see the Thermite go down. Alright, so the attacking team has stalled out a bit here. They're looking for any type of entry they can get. Ooh, as we see a nice shot coming through the wall onto the Maestro. Unfortunately, had not moved in a little while, which is going to telegraph his position. I'm sure they had drones on that. Alright, and just like that, we're going to see True catch the run out from Sandwich. Another pick coming out from the Zofia, and that's a very, very nice win from the attacking team, as they're able to seal that one up with 4 people alive. Very nearly another flawless round. It seemed as though they may have stalled out there for just a moment, but maybe I spoke just a moment too soon. So we saw Buck swing in through ventilations, grab a nice wall bang, and then the run out being one of those plays where it's either going to net you a huge gain or a huge loss, and unfortunately for Team Supremacy, it just didn't net the gain they were looking for. So now they get to try their odds on attack. The Rival had a very strong half on attack. They're going to look to repeat that success. Though I do believe a lot of teams would argue that currently it is hard to find that repeated success on attack, especially with all of the utility that you do have to clear out currently.
As many bombs as they can.
Alright, so we will be heading into armory lockers. As I said, this is pretty traditional. With this map, you're just not going to see too much in the way of innovation, as most teams have figured out their way around the map.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go.
Pretty heavy focus on armory and offices.
Attackers' objective is to
As you will see, actually going to open up quite a few angles looking into CC from Fountain there. That'll give the defenders within office a few more angles to play with, a few more avenues of pressure, if you will. This is a rather common angle. You saw the Jaeger playing this one frequently in the rounds prior. Get a deep angle looking out of CC door or break room door, all the way from offices here. We actually see Alibi getting mighty aggressive in this break room area. A couple of her holograms set up as well. It looks like she will be holding on to CCTV, which is something you see a lot less teams doing now. They are playing alone on an island there. If the attackers do catch wind of that, it might be an easy pick for them. We do see her back off already onto the shield within 90. Remind is going to protect the shield for just a little bit longer, as Alibi is going to rotate off through security. Be a nice rotate as we see Blonde getting engaged within offices. Looks like they were successful in getting the wall opened up here on that east balcony. Nice pick coming from Nama. That's Gridlock getting on the board. And that's Smoke off the board for the defense, so a little bit of planting now taken out there. They begin to aggress. They're going to find a pick under the dog. Nama's actually able to just crouch walk in. Finds a nice headshot on the Blonde. Yellow finds another pick. Things are looking exceedingly great for the attacking team at this point. We're looking at a 5v2. Jaeger is relatively cornered within Archives, but it's not going to matter. IQ's not looking the right direction. He will go down, but not before Gridlock's able to peek back into Archives and find the pick, saving the teammate's life for now. And they will just have to play this one relatively safe, as we're looking at a 5v1. Things are going to be incredibly hard for Wamai to get the victory here for his team. Though he is able to find one pick onto the Ash. Just 4 left to go, I suppose, and there's another. That's a double kill. There's very little time to make this happen. There are players positioned downstairs looking at the diffuser, so I highly doubt we're going to see a miracle happen here. With that being said, the player on rappel will find the final kill onto Wamai, and that's going to be a very solid attacking round for Supremacy there. We look at a 5-2 now. So that's exactly how you'd like to start your half if you're on the side of Supremacy. After having a very lackluster first half, to come out and win your first attacking round in a rather decisive fashion is definitely going to make you feel a bit better as you head into the later parts of this matchup. see pretty much the exact same lineup here. I was going to say, I wasn't entirely sure if they brought the Wamai last time. We see Echo, 6th pick there. And we head back to Armory.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, so both attacking teams actually finding success their first time through on Armory. As I said, all the sites are very well known. The strategies that are implemented are very well known. So if the attacking team is able to position their utility properly and get successful use out of that utility, then you will see a lot of success on the side of attack on maps like this.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to insertion.
We will see hatches getting opened up for quick rotates. Like they might actually be leaving part of Armory wall soft here. Now that might just be to pressure anybody playing on that rappel and or looking to open up Armory wall. Alright, so once again we see Tater playing rather aggressive within break room and security, but it does seem that Supremacy is more focused on that east side balcony in terms of the take, as you really see teams either push from offices looking for that archive control, or you will see them push through Armory. As I speak, we're going to see Glang find a pick. That's IQ with the opening kill, and actually they're going to fall to Tater as Tater rotated quickly down to Customs and is able to trade another frag back. But they're not going to be ready for Ash to swing on into Customs. Nice headshot going on the Tater there. Ash pre-fires through Hash, looking for any possible targets to trade, or coming in for the trade, sorry. Now it's at 4-3. Once again, this is looking pretty good for the attacking team. They were able to find a couple opening picks, but Blonde responds and takes out the Ash there. So, 3v3. They do have office wall opened up. See them weary of a run out coming from below. Good luck, we'll take priority on that. We have the Jaeger playing just within archives. Got to be aware of their position on the rappel and on the office walls here, as they had a very similar approach the last time around. See the lifeline concussions coming out. Sophia playing the east stair, very well set up here for a take. But we do have Jaeger and Doc playing within archives here, so if they are not aware of their positions, they will get punished here. And we actually see Blonde peeking out there and very narrowly missing the gunfight, but as I say that, it's going to be Jaeger who takes one of his own. He's going to find the kill onto Yellow. So we have both attackers sitting within offices. Ooh, Yokai coming out is going to disorient the gridlock there. She's able to fall from the Jaeger. Jaeger's actually going to find 2 picks. Very well done. We see a double kill come out. So, unfortunately, not able to string the rounds together that they needed. So we're looking at match point here. 6-2. This is an incredibly tall mountain to climb, especially on the offensive side, as I said. Just too much utility, oftentimes, to work around. At least when you're looking to do so in a timely manner. Thatcher has definitely proved to be a impactful ban here. Actually see Zofia switch off onto Ledge. Interesting pick.
Attackers need to
It
locate
is
and defuse
typically
bombs.
a more sought after option. You add the range to your soft destruction. And just that concussive power as well to either burn ADSs or just orientate any defenders that you're looking to get the pinch on.
Bomb located by attackers.
Alright. So as expected, we see them investing a lot of utility up here on the top floor.
10 seconds left.
as the team that does establish that vertical control is more than likely going to come out on top on this map. Not all that often that you will see the defense take a loss here with the top floor control. Too many avenues of plant denial on both sides, honestly. We even see the bandit charges coming up here to deny them from armory wall as long as possible. Alright, so Supremacy is going to need to work this round efficiently. They have been relatively successful at finding opening picks on their early rounds here in second half.
Swapping bags.
See if they're able to do so this time around. Tater making their way down east stairs, and as I said that, they are going to find a pick onto the Ash, so very impactful kill early on as Ash has not been able to yield too much. Or at least for this round, weren't able to yield anything at all. So we look at a 5v4 here for the defenders. Supremacy has got to be feeling the pressure, but this is still very, very winnable for them. You see them getting aggressive. They're going to push through supply. Oh, very narrowly missing that headshot there. Well done from the Pulse to rotate out of there with his life. And as I say that, True's able to find a pick with the Maestro to make that engagement all the more worth it. We look at a 5v3 here. Pulse is sitting at very low health, but this is looking a little unlikely for the attacking team, but they're able to find a pick onto the Pulse. He overextends in sight, maybe not aware of the player within the hall there. They do actually have a significant control over the first floor within lobby and customs. They do have two defenders up top. There could be a possible flank coming in. Once they take note, there is a bit of a push coming on towards site. They will more than likely call for some backup. We still see them continue to play upstairs rather aggressively, as they can just hold on to that top floor control if they have any angles opened up there vertically. Alright, and Ammo is actually able to find one and even things up. We're looking at a 3v3. This is looking incredibly doable now. We see them peeking from customs. Mozzie's going to turn away at just the wrong time. Yellow's able to find another pick. We're looking at a 3v1. Heck of a good round coming out from the attackers thus far. As I say that, one falls. Thermite's able to get the plant down. We're looking at a 2v1 post-plant situation here.
Defenders have eyes on the defuse.
They just need to play for trades. They already have the proper angles. Cloutless is going to land a nice headshot onto the bandit. That's going to be an attacking round. Pressure mounts, and they stand up to the task, finding another victory on attack. Now they still have to string a lot of those together if they look to take this into overtime. But if they continue to play that way, this is looking very possible. So they're heading back into Ventilation Workshop. Not too expected, or not too unexpected here. You don't often see teams go to tellers or customs. Though it has become a bit more common, it's still... You still just see teams more lean towards workshop, ventilation, and armory lockers if at all possible. It's just become a comfort pick for most lineups.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We will see them actually walling off detention to stop that quick entry that they actually executed with just a few rounds ago.
Activate jammer.
10 seconds left.
The rumors from Arrival having an impeccably strong presence here in this half.
Attackers must locate.
Peter has been pretty much everywhere on this map finding kills or opening kills for his team. Actually going to see every player on defense up top here. Now, I'm used to a top floor presence, but this might be a bit extreme. They're going to have to be extremely careful. The attackers might actually be able to seize this if they play it properly. Alright, we actually see Namo find a pick pretty early on. That's Tater going down. That's been a pretty reliable player on defense thus far, so nice pick. In terms of him finding opening kills, at least. We actually see Gridlock immediately take control over Archives. Nice job to seize that control there after grabbing the kill. Bling's able to find another pick. This is a 5v3. Alright, but Jaeger's able to fire back in an impeccable way, as those are 2 kills for the defense. Things are even back out just like that. And if anything, the defense is looking a bit better as IQ is sitting at very low health. Do see the drones come out, and now they're going to have to be wary out of all of these, out of all of the soft destruction here, because there is quite a bit. And the defense is going to be aware of these angles as they had just set themselves up for this a few moments ago. So that top floor control quickly denied by the attackers there. We do see a hatch get opened up, an exothermic. And with that, they're going to toss the drones down, grab a little bit more intel. Namo's able to find another,
Attackers have located a
putting
bomb.
their team in a much better position. Supremacy looking primed to take another attacking round here. You're going to have to be careful as there is a player position within. Customs are going to find the kill. That's 3 on the round for Namo. Make it 4. Very nice push down the middle stairs. They're able to capitalize on unsuspecting defenders here. As one is not to ADS and one is looking entirely the wrong direction. Nice job. And just like that, we're getting ever so closer to going into overtime. We're looking at a 6-4. The attackers on both sides of this map finding extreme success. Alright, so while we head back into Army, we will see Tater go back to the Alibi. We see them playing pretty effectively between 90 Hall and the security break room areas. Be interesting to see whether the attackers go on with that archive push once more, the office archive push, as they have yet to really touch the side of Armory.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
But with the relative success that they have found up here, it's hard to argue their decision making. They'll more than likely see Blanc positioned over in office. He was on the dock last time they came here. And we'll have the Jaeger and the Wamai once again. Or actually, sorry, I think this might be the first time Arrival has brought the Jaeger and the Wamai, so quite a bit of projectile denial there.
10 seconds remaining.
That will make it all the more challenging for the attacking team to find any success with that utility.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Time for a diversion.
Alright.
Place device.
Seems as though they might actually be prepping for a armory take here.
Loading mag.
As they do start to open up CC or the break room door. Buck will have to get underneath. They actually do have a player in server, so Buck's gonna have to be careful as Jaeger will be looking to counter this. Pressure does come out. Buck's gonna be aware of their positions. Drones were there.
Clear the blast area.
But Buck will also be aware. And he'll have to play this extremely careful as he looks to take care of that utility. We do see a few of them maneuver over towards detention. Now with Tater just upstairs to drop down and apply backup, it doesn't matter. Jaeger's going to be fell to the IQ. It's going to be a huge opening pick for the attacking team. They have been finding repetitive success with this thus far. All right. They are aware of the Alibi's position within CC, it would appear. They're going to have to be careful, though, as that wall is soft on Armory, I do believe.
A bomb has been located.
But it doesn't seem as though there's anybody peeking it. And on top of that, there's nobody stopping them from taking control over Armory here. Now, with any luck, the defense will know where to pre-fire, but we're already looking at a 3v5. Make that 4v3 as the attackers start their execute. Pre-fires do come out through the soft wall, though, as Namo's able to find a double kill. Pepsi tagging on one of their own. It's yellow down. We're looking at a 3v2. We got about a minute 13 left here. Plenty of time for both teams to work with Maestro Falls. They're going to go ahead and put the plant down. Blonde finds a pick onto Namo, though. Shutting them down, they've been playing extremely effective, so that will be a very impactful kill for Blonde. They're going to have to be careful. I don't think they're aware of the rotate heading in towards Archives. Very nearly getting killed. Almost able to pick up the shot, though. All right, plant going down behind shield here. They will more than likely get this down successfully. The Bandit just pushed right beyond Sandwich. Buck unable to capitalize on the push. Bandit sitting extremely low health, but aware of the position. They're going to swing on in. As they both take a break. They just need a breather, folks, as we go into a prone battle and we see Buck come out on top. On top, rather. Very nicely done. All right, and with that, we move on to round 12. My apologies. We are now on match point. I misspoke earlier. We are looking at Armory Locker's hold here for possibly the last round for Arrival. Okay, nothing different coming out, or actually we do have the Echo and the Maestro coming out from the defensive side here.
Attackers need to locate.
We've actually seen both teams opt for that double intel pick there. I mean, it does supply you a pretty extraordinary amount of information and plant denial, so you can definitely see why the operator selection is what it is. So the attackers were able to grab some pretty big opening picks, which pretty much granted them easy access to site later on, as there was very little manpower on the side of the defense just to stop them as they berated Armory with body count. As I said, they've actually been able to do that in a lot of these rounds. They've been able to find the opening pick, Namo being on top of a lot of those. And when you're in the position you're in right now, those are the types of things that you need to happen. So we'll see if they'll be able to find that success once more. Buck's gonna have to get in underneath once they did. But I'm sure they are expecting pressure from the Jaeger and or another roamer, as we just see Blonde on the first floor looking through passport into detention. Very interesting position. Pepsi's able to find the first pick, though. That's going to be Buck falling. He's going to make the attacker's job a lot harder, as that vertical play will be taken off the board for them. They still do have the IQ, though, which she'll be able to easily spot those bandit traps if need be. Speaking of the IQ, she's able to find a pick on the Tater as he gets mighty aggressive playing that sandwich window there. You saw him going prone up trying to find that angle, but unfortunately he will not be able to find it. Pepsi peeking outside of AC here, and he's actually going to find the player coming up on top of buses. That's a double for him on the round. Very nice job. Putting his team in a good position to actually close this out as we look at a 4v3. For the first time in a few rounds, we actually see the defense on top in the earlier parts of this round.
Adding Overwatch.
See him toss one of those discs out now. The attackers do look like they're prepping for the Archives push here. Namo's able to find another pick. Been playing extremely well, and they're going to continue to do so, and that's going to be the player with an Armory taken down. They only have one to contend with here inside of Archives. D4s do come out, but they're not going to land. We're going to see the gridlock fall as they're able to trade one each. Namo's able to take down True before Blonde finishes the kill. We're looking at a 2v2. Plant going down, player outside of AC looking for the cross. We will see Jaeger able to find a cross of his own, though. That's going to be the planter going down before a diffuser was planted. So, last attacker sitting outside of AC window. This is going to be incredibly hard for the Maverick to pull off, as they're just going to sit tight. They are aware of Diffuser's position. We will see him look to make his way up metal, as he had to make some type of rotate, but they already are aware of his position. Barbed wire giving away his rotate just due to that sound. Free fire is coming out.
Remaining.
Things are looking pretty grim at this point, as he has very little room to work with. He's gonna have to funnel in through one of these doorways eventually, and we're winding down through 5 seconds. It's looking all the less likely, and like that, folks, we are going to seal it out. That's Arrival7 taking victory on Border. Though this was a very close matchup, just proving to be too tall a task for the attacking team to string together that many victories in a row. A7 really having a great team performance, as you can see there. As neither team did perform poorly by any means, but when you have 3 players dipping into double digits like that, that level of consistency is definitely going to be felt in the game. So with that, that is all for tonight. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your evening.
GG.